time is 10:56 on Monday, the 16th of February, 2026. Log 32. Wow, well, can we talk for a minute? The hair is kinda on point today. Come on, I did this morning. I spent about 5 minutes. Bear in mind that it was like a complete, I just got up, and so it was everywhere. I didn't shower. I just got up and did my hair, and it has stayed like this all day. And I went to the gym, and it has stayed like this. I came home and I maybe fixed it a little bit, but come on, the hair's on point. Right, now on to more important stuff. I'll open this straight away with the thing that I've been thinking about most, and then I'll work it. Tell you about my day, whatever. So a couple logs ago, I was talking about how I was kind of jealous of people that had the Hollywood friend group. The 10, 12 people, maybe slightly less. They got up to all shenanigans, and they all got in trouble, but in a funny way. And playful. It wasn't actually too serious usually. And I was jealous of that. And then I read something today that put into perspective the way I was feeling. And it was something along the lines of, and I'm paraphrasing and editing, it was the first step to overcoming loneliness is to become a better friend to yourself. And I think that is fantastic, because I wouldn't describe myself as lonely. I have I see a lot of people every week. Maybe not every day, but I do see a lot of people every week. I meet up with friends. I have a good social circle, I think. And so I'm not lonely in the sense of I'm isolated and no one. No, I'm not that lonely. But that's where I think the sense of missing out on that big friend group type thing, I think that's where it came from. And I've heard this before, but I needed a refresher today. It outlines that if you spoke to somebody, if you spoke to your friends the way that you speak to yourself, you would not be friends with those people. If your friends spoke to you the way that you speak to yourself, you would not be friends with those people. If you, and this is coming into something I saw yesterday, it kind of ties everything together. No, this was the same thing. It was if you had a friend that broke as many promises, told as many lies, and spoke to you in the way that you speak to yourself, you would not be friends with that person. And the problem is that you're stuck with yourself, because obviously you can't get away from yourself. You are you. And so I think that, no, it was two separate things. I'm sorry, I'm confusing where I got my inspiration from, but it doesn't really matter. The point being, I'm trying to be a better friend to myself, because if I enjoy my own company more, I will feel less dependent on other people. Does that make sense? I'll feel less like I'm missing out when I see other people that have more friends, because I'll know that I think it was, in a way, it's trying to escape and numb the pain of not having, numb the pain of not being a good friend to yourself, by outsourcing that to, sitting on YouTube for hours, scrolling, procrastinating. I tried to outsource that. I was if only I had more friends. Or, alternatively, if only I had a girlfriend. If only I moved out. If only I... whatever. Fill in the blank. Trying to fill that... I mean, I still do want to move out desperately. Don't get me wrong. That's still priority number one. But I think I've tried today to be a better friend to myself. I've tried to enjoy my own company more, because I always thought of myself as a person that was pretty, like, I enjoyed being by myself. Like, I enjoy it. I think that I'm pretty, I think I'm pretty good at entertaining myself. Like, being by myself, saying my own thoughts. But when I was like, oh, it's not like, that's not the issue. The issue is like what you're saying, not what you're saying, it's the way you're saying it. It's like and it was also what you're saying, and it's, how you're treating yourself. Because, and I think the reason being, and I may have just cracked a massive thing. This is kind of scatterbrained, but I'm trying to tie this into one thing. The reason that I've not been doing the things I want to be doing, or I keep self-sabotaging and not last week I spent a week doing nothing, and I should it was a full free week. I should have done something, but I didn't. And one of the reasons I think why is because I don't want to do that for myself, because I don't like myself, if that makes sense. Like, I don't like the person speaking into me in my head, and so I don't want to do things for him. I don't want to work that hard for him. Does that make sense? Like, if somebody is really mean to you, is horrible, you don't want to work for it. Like, you do not want anything to do with them. Everything you do for them will be half-assed and low effort and just get it over with. But if you have somebody that you really admire, that you really like, that you're good friends with, you're probably going to put a lot more effort into doing the things that they want you to do. And so I want to make an important distinction here. This isn't me going, just accept yourself for who you are, and everyone is special, and you should just play your strengths. And there's wait, what am I saying? Well, no, that's kind of incorrect of what I'm saying. I'm not saying live in La La Land and be like, I'm perfect the way I am and I accept myself. If you're a total fucking weirdo, that is not what I mean. What I mean is, don't be hard on yourself, because that can also be misinterpreted. I think can also be misinterpreted as don't be hard on yourself. And if you're like, oh, well, I think that to be a good friend, I should take the afternoon off and go get coffee or go have a spa day. All this work that needs doing. Don't worry about it. Someone else will sort that. Today is to live for you. Like, that is not what I mean. I would argue that being a good friend is not making sure that you're living the most pleasant life all of the time. It is making sure you're doing the thing that you should be doing, but not being an asshole about it. Like, if you're good friends with somebody and you're noticing that they're putting on weight, right? And this is like really good friends, obviously. You can be like, hey, I noticed that you've, put on a lot of weight in the past couple of months. Do you want to come to the gym with me? I think it would be really good for you, right? Or some other way that maybe that sounded insulting, whatever. The point being is, to be a good friend, you're not going to sit there and watch them eat themselves to death. You'll say something about it and try and help them. But if you're being a horrible person, you're not going to want to, regardless of how good the instruction is, you're not going to want to follow that person. You're not going to want to take their advice. You're not going to want to, regardless of how good the advice is, you're not going to want to take it. And so you're not going to want to do things for them. And so that's what I've been working on. I've been trying to be not go easy on myself, just be nicer to myself, and try and be less like, you're a pathetic piece of shit, no one's ever going to love you, you need to do this or you're going to die. Instead of that, I'm kind of being like, right, come on, we got to get this done. I know you don't want to do this. I know that this is boring and repetitive, but you have to finish this. I know that you don't want to go to the gym today. I know you're tired, but you're going to go to the gym because you don't have a choice. Because I'm not letting you have a choice. It's those kind of things. Instead of being like, get yourself to the gym, you lousy asshole. Let's go to the gym. You need it. It'll do you good. Yeah, and that's what I've been trying to do. I'm also it's like that is the important distinction to make, is do not be so accepting that you refuse to correct, or not be so accepting of yourself that you refuse criticism, and you refuse to correct yourself and to improve yourself. But yeah, it just means I'm just trying to be a good friend to myself. And I can already feel like I never noticed this before, but I never noticed before that I was like unhappy, and I wouldn't say I was unhappy in my own presence, but I am more happy in my own presence. And I'm like, dude, this guy's so much fun to hang out with. You're getting stuff done, yeah, like, I'm not saying it's going to make me a better person towards other people. It probably will have some sort of effect, but, it's hard, and it's sometimes harder to be that. It's harder to be a good friend than just be a drill sergeant. It's sometimes much harder to do that. It's easy to be like, I know exactly what you should be doing. You should be doing this and this and this, and you're going to get up at 6, and you're going to do the gym for 2 hours, and you're going to do this, and you're going to lift this weight, and you're going to do this work for this long, even if you don't feel like it. But you're like, no, I don't want to. Like, I don't want to. It sounds unpleasant, and I don't like you, so I'm not going to do that. And there's nothing you can do to stop me. But if, good friend, yeah, I'm going in circles now, but get the point. I mean, that is what I was working on today. I think that's like hey, this is kind of cool, and this is the times when I'm so glad that I get to do this log. I'm like, dude, I just need like a massive mind-bending realization, and I get to be like, I get to share it, I get to record it, and I get to document it, like when this happened. Maybe even, I mean, I know no one watches these because, it's come out, like no one really, cares, which is completely fine. Some guy commented on the other day, he's like, I love your ASMR. Like, it's nice to take a break from, this is a very strange tangent, but he's like, it's nice, I found your channel, I'm so glad you did, I really appreciate the ASMR content. I'm like, ASMR? And I'm like, I watched it back, and I was like, oh, maybe because I was whispering in some of them, which some people find relaxing, I think. But yeah, no, like, that was weird. He was like, yeah, I love your ASMR content. But yeah, I lost my train of thought. But it doesn't matter, the battery's about to die, so the video might go. But that was my day today. Try and be a better friend to myself. Not nicer, not more accepting, a better friend. And hey, I mean, today I didn't do much. Got up at 10:30. No, I didn't. I got up at 9:30 because I changed the time on my alarm clock accidentally, and I got up earlier than I should have, but I thought it was later. It was great. I got up earlier than I should have, which is, fantastic. And then I went to school, I went to the gym, I came back home, I chilled. I should have done something, but I didn't. And instead of being like, you lousy piece of shit, you shouldn't have, I'm just like, it's not brush it off. It is, I know that yelling at myself and beating myself up will not get me closer to my goals, and so the better thing to do, rather than spend the next 3 days wallowing in self-pity that I didn't get up the week off to the right foot, is to forget about it, move on, and do something constructive tomorrow morning. Try and get up early, do the thing, Today has been productive in the sense that I have changed a lot in the course of 24 hours. Like, my level of understanding has changed a lot. Not productive in the sense that I have done specific things to advance to my goals, but material things, I guess you could say. But massive change. And I am so happy that now I can have something to work on that would actually fix the problem of me not wanting to do things, even though I know they're the right thing to do. And I mean, this is all... Oh yeah, what was I saying about the thing? Yes, maybe it'll help some people. That's why I didn't finish that thought. Maybe it'll help some people that see my realizations and changes. And they'll go, oh my god, I understand this now too. This is how I feel. I think it might help somebody. I hope it helps somebody. Yeah, or else I would just keep all these videos private. But I don't, because I think they might help somebody. I think there's a small chance they might help somebody. So yeah, that is... I don't know how to end it. I'm going around in circles. I've lost my train of thought, but... Yes! I am enjoying my presence more and more. Okay. That is the end of a, wow, very long log for me now. Usually I try to keep them under 10 minutes, but this one is 16 being the minutes, 17 being the seconds at the time I said that. Not for you, obviously. It won't fit in because I start this before to get them synced up, and then I do whatever. It doesn't matter. It was 16 minutes-ish, give or take. The time is 11:12. The time is 12 minutes past 11. Log end.